Have you ever questioned how much misleading information is out there on the internet? Every day we navigate through a digital jungle, a tangled web of data, where truth and falsehoods are often indistinguishable. It's a landscape filled with a dizzying array of facts, stories and opinions, all vying for our attention. The internet, this vast, sprawling labyrinth of knowledge, is designed to keep us hooked, our eyes glued to the screen. It's an endless deluge of information, a ceaseless stream of data that fills our minds until there's no room left to question its validity. We find ourselves lost in this maze, stumbling upon intriguing tidbits and absorbing them without question. We're like sponges soaking up every drop of information that comes our way. And then we share, we discuss, we analyze and review everything our fingers scroll across. We regurgitate the information without once pausing to question its authenticity. But here's the catch. Not everything that glitters is gold. Not every piece of information that floats on this digital sea is accurate or true. In fact, a significant chunk of it is just noise, misleading, inaccurate, or completely false. These false narratives, these half-baked truths, they permeate the digital landscape, worming their way into our minds and influencing our thoughts, our actions, our decisions. We find ourselves parroting these half-truths, these unverified facts, these baseless opinions, without even realizing it. And so, we become victims of information overload, our minds so full that we've got no time to think clearly, to question, to wonder. We become puppets dancing to the tune of unverified data, unwittingly contributing to the spread of misinformation. The internet is a vast ocean of information, but not all of it is accurate or true. So, next time you dive into this digital sea, remember to question, to verify, to seek the truth. Don't just accept everything at face value. After all, the internet is as much a tool for enlightenment as it is a breeding ground for misinformation. Humans are quick to criticize AI for its errors, but where do those mistakes originate? Let's ponder on this. Artificial intelligence, or AI, is a reflection of us. It's a mirror image, reflecting back the data, the language, the content we've taught it. And often what we see in this reflection is a distortion of our own biases, inaccuracies and imperfections. We've painstakingly crafted a universe of stories, facts, poetry, opinions, testimonials and more. Yet our content is riddled with half-truths, hearsay, myths and folklore. We've haphazardly fed this information into the learning throat of AI. Then we stand back, point fingers and chastise the machine for not perfecting our own imperfect learnings. In essence, the drivel that AI sometimes spews out is our own creation. We've fed it a diet rich in biased information, and then we're surprised when it regurgitates the same. It's like feeding a child nothing but junk food, and then being shocked when they develop a taste for it. AI doesn't have the luxury of intuition or the ability to discern truth from fiction. It doesn't have our life experiences or our ability to question and reason. It simply learns from the data we feed it. And if that data is flawed, then so will be the AI's output. We often forget that AI is just a tool, a machine. It doesn't have ulterior motives or hidden agendas. It doesn't have the capacity to lie or the ability to deceive. It's not capable of bias or prejudice. These are human traits, not machine ones. So when we criticize AI for its mistakes, we're actually criticizing ourselves. We're criticizing our own inability to provide accurate, unbiased and truthful information. We're criticizing our own failure to teach the machine correctly. The machine is simply doing what it was designed to do, learn from the data it's given, and replicate that in its output. It's a reflection of us, and sometimes it's an uncomfortable one. So, the next time we're quick to point out the flaws in AI-generated content, perhaps we should take a moment to consider where those flaws originated. After all, the machine is only as good as the information we feed it. Our minds are constantly bombarded by flashy, distracting content designed to keep us from questioning its worth. This barrage of information, often irrelevant or misleading, is masterfully crafted to command our attention and leave no room for critical thought. Consider the sheer volume of content we consume daily. It's like a never-ending buffet, filled with dishes we didn't ask for, yet we continue to pile onto our plates. But just as mindless eating can lead to an unhealthy body, mindless content consumption can lead to an unhealthy mind. We're spoon-fed opinions, half-truths and sensationalized stories, all dressed up as facts. And the danger? We start to lose our ability to distinguish between what is real and what is not. We become less discerning, less questioning, and ironically less informed. Moreover, this constant influx of content can lead to a loss of individuality. When we consume without questioning, we risk becoming mere echoes of the content we ingest. Our thoughts, our opinions, our very identities start to reflect not what we truly believe, but what we've been told to believe. This is the danger of irrelevant content. It's not just about wasting time on things that don't matter. It's about losing the ability to think critically, to question, and to form our own unique perspectives. The content we consume shapes our understanding of the world. It's time we started questioning it. As humans, we pride ourselves on our intelligence, but have we become the artificial ones? Let's take a moment to ponder this. We humans, unlike our AI counterparts, are heavily influenced by the content we consume. Our thoughts, beliefs and actions are shaped by what we read, watch and listen to. Yet we hardly ever question the validity of this information. We simply accept it as the truth. This lack of critical thinking, this blind acceptance, is exactly what makes us susceptible to the artificiality we often attribute to AI. We're shaped by the content we consume, and this content is largely created by other humans who are also shaped by the content they consume. It's a vicious cycle, and it's leading to a loss of authenticity. We're becoming a generation of echo chambers, mindlessly repeating what we've heard or read without pausing to question or understand. In this way, we're becoming the true artificial intelligence. We are being programmed by the content we consume, losing our ability to think independently, to question, to reason. We are becoming less human and more machine-like in our thinking. So the next time you read something online, take a moment to question its validity. Don't just accept it as the truth. Remember, true intelligence lies in questioning, not in blind acceptance. The real artificial intelligence may not be the machines, but us. So, how smart is the content you consume? That's the question we need to start asking ourselves. We've explored the labyrinth of information overload and the dangers of unverified content. We've seen how our minds, distracted by flashy lights and shiny new toys, can be manipulated into believing half-truths and outright lies. The question now is, are we going to continue to be passive consumers, or are we going to take an active role in shaping our knowledge? It's time to take a step back and think critically about the content we consume. We need to be detectives in our own lives, scrutinizing every piece of information that comes our way. Is it true? Is it useful? Is it relevant? These are the questions we should be asking. It's not about dismissing everything we read or see, but about developing a discerning eye and a questioning mind. Remember, the sheer volume of content out there isn't necessarily a bad thing. It means we have access to an incredible wealth of knowledge. But it's up to us to sift through that information, to separate the wheat from the chaff. It's about learning to navigate the digital landscape, to find those nuggets of truth amidst the noise. We need to move away from being passive consumers, mindlessly scrolling through our feeds, to becoming active participants in our own learning. This isn't just about avoiding misinformation. It's about taking control of our minds, our learning, and ultimately our lives. Let's challenge ourselves to think more critically, to question more, to learn more. Let's not just consume content, but engage with it, interrogate it, and learn from it. Let's not just accept what we're told, but seek out the truth for ourselves. The next time you consume content, ask yourself, is this true? Is it useful? Is it relevant? It's time to take control of the content we consume and the knowledge we acquire. Let's not be fooled by the artificiality of the content we encounter. Let's strive for authenticity, for truth, and for knowledge that truly enriches our lives.